After finishing the last games of our sophomore season, I finally realized it's time to leave this dumpster fire of a program. We have to seek for better pastures and a place that will fit our needs. We have continued to improve day by day and will continue to do that at a bigger and better program. So where will we go? Instead of just being around the bush, I'm proud to announce that the school we will be transferring to is, drumroll please, the Ole Miss Rebels. Hotty toddy nation, baby, come on, man. I'm ready to take over and dominate with this incredible and amazing squad right here. It was a very tough decision, but we went through all the options, analyzed all the coaches, the staff, the team, QB, all that, and decided that this was the best option to end off with our last 2 years of college football. And we're arguably playing in the best conference in college football, the SEC, which will help us in our journey of becoming the greatest white corner ever if we could do it at the highest level of college football with how competitive and dominant the conference is. But you've seen all the projections, skills, and attributes, and it's time to hop into our first game against Vanderbilt. And if you got your eyes glued to the screen, please help and support a young brother out by subscribing to the channel. Support the journey as we're trying to get as many subscribers as we can before the new college football game drops. And while you're at it, please drop a like too. Your boy appreciates it. As you can see, we recorded our first tackle as a part of the Ole Miss Rebels, and it was technically an assisted tackle, but I'm gonna just call it a regular tackle, you feel me? Don't worry about all that. But now, on 3rd and 2 here in the first quarter, my teammate plays the ball incredibly and ends that drive right there. So now we're back in the second quarter here. 1st and 10, I pancaked that dude trying to get to the defender, but our team is so nice that the D-line already took care of that. And then now on here on this 1st and 10 here, I come down and make this dominant tackle, trying to stop their drive and prevent them from getting any more points before the half ends. And now on this last play of the half here, we get the ball back on this return, and I'm starting to get jiggy, and I start to get yards. One more person to beat, and he catches me at the last second as we had a 42-yard return right there. I know I'm going to get one soon, but that could have been it right there. And now in the second half here, I come down and get this tackle, and then on the very next play, I took the wrong angle and missed that tackle, but thankfully I tracked him down and made sure he only got enough yards to pick up that first. And then in a play that will be remembered as one of the cheesiest plays of all time, their running back just bounces off one of our players and runs to the end zone, man. Now tying up the game against Vanderbilt, and we're now in the fourth quarter here. Game's all tied up, and yes, I am just as surprised and disappointed that we're tied with Vanderbilt in the fourth quarter. The worst team in the SEC. This is not what I came to the SEC for, as I give up a pass in my zone right there. And then on 1st and 10, their QB throws a steezy, and now they're in the red zone, 1st and goal. We thankfully get a nice stop right there. And then on 2nd and goal, he fumbles the ball. Let's go. This is exactly how me sound like Cat Williams, but this is exactly what we need right here. And we didn't score any points on offense. And then I give up this crazy bomb, and fuck, I might have just lost the game for us. Now we're in the red zone again. This time we don't get a fumble or a turnover. And they scored, and that's how the game concludes, ladies and gentlemen. We lost to Vanderbilt, first game in the SEC, first game in Ole Miss. I still got play of the game, though. Had 6 solo tackles, 1 assisted tackle. Not a bad first game, but we lost. And that's all that matters. But thankfully, in the second week here, we got a nice week to bounce back as we're playing against an FCS team, and my teammate gets an interception on one of the very first plays of the game. And yeah, I just have a feeling this is going to be a beatdown as we're already up 7-zip. 1st and 10, we get a sack right there. And then on 2nd and 18, I see them run. But my teammate's already on that as they bring him down. And then on 3rd and 11, I'm reading my man well, setting up the bait, and he bites. And he caught that. Thought I was playing good coverage until he caught the ball. The sad and difficult life of playing the cornerback position. Now, nearing the end of the first quarter here, we get a nice stop right there, getting it to 2nd and 14. I bait my player on this next play, but he passed through the middle where we deflected that. And then on 3rd and 14, I'm staying glued to the person in my zone right there, and he throws out to double coverage, and my teammate catches that immediately. And what was the QB thinking, bro? But now we're in the second quarter here after adding more points onto the board. And on the first play, I get attacked in coverage again, but I'm there forcing that knockout right there. And then on 3rd and 10, their QB throws a dot to the opposite side of the field for an 18-yard gain. Then fast forward a few plays to the next 3rd down, and I get obliterated in my zone. But y'all have to peep the vision, though. I was trying to go for a hit stick, and while failing miserably at that, the wide receiver caught the ball and just went right past me. But I get a hit stick there as I help stop that drive right there, forcing that defensive stop and forcing their coach to send that field goal unit out. But now we're in the 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 15. I fall victim to the slant cheese while playing man coverage. And then a few plays later, their QB dots the middle of the field, exposing the weakness of the zone coverage we were running. And then on the very next play, he attacks the outside as their receiver runs a beautiful comeback route. And these little SCS boys are getting real close to our end zone here, and we can't let them get a touchdown off. No way. I'm not jacking that. As they got into the 1st and goal stage, but we end up getting a crucial 8-yard sack right there. And then now on 3rd and goal, he throws the ball up, and on one-on-one coverage, we intercept that bitch. And yo, these niggas they just can't stop turning the ball over. And then coach decides we just been beating their ass too much and takes the starting defense out of the game. Team played good as a whole, but we gotta do better as we're now facing the toughest game of the season so far, the number 10 Texas Longhorns, baby. And going against and trying to beat these boys won't be an easy feat as we're in their home stadium with over 100,000 Texas Longhorn fans watching and staring down at us and saying, you know what words they're saying. But we start off here on defense with Quinn Ewers throwing a deep ball into double coverage. I don't know how we didn't pick that one off. And then a few plays later on 3rd and 10, they end up picking up a 16-yard reception on the other side of the field. Now 1st and 10, I'm trying to read what the offense is doing as I go up and get pancaked and tossed to the floor, but I get right back up and come up to make the play, stopping that 21-yard rush from gaining any more yards and possibly taking it to the house right there. I really just got pancaked and put on my ass, bro. I gotta take that one to the chin, bro. Move on. And I tried to move on by making a big hit right there, but sadly missed. And now in this next 1st and 10 here, the Texas offensive line finally crumbles as our D-line steps up and gets a sack. And then on 3rd and 17, in simple terms, we end their drive. Now in the second possession here, it's nearing the end of the 1st half, and I get absolutely demolished by Xavier Worthy on that end route he just ran. Jesus, I'm just happy it wasn't for any more yards than 12. But then we get targeted in the middle here, getting them a 27-yard reception. It wasn't on me, though. And then Quinn Ewers stayed in the pocket for 10,000 minutes, resulting in him getting sacked and them having to take the 3. Being down 10-0, I feel like something has to change, as on this kick return I'm returning, I almost took it to the house right there, but I got stopped short. And then our team took full advantage of the 30 seconds we had left and scored our touchdown, bringing our deficit to only 3 points here as I come down and prevent Jatavion Sanders from getting that 1st down. And then on the next play, I was glued to the block as Quinn Ewers just ran right past me like a little baby. But now on 2nd and 12 here, I come up and get a tackle on Jonathan Brooks there, forcing this 3rd and 4 here, where I'm locking down my side, making sure everything's good, but the other side is Xavier Worthy, and I'm not even surprised he caught that 16-yard pass. And then on the next play, they score with CJ Baxter, their backup running back. And then to add on top of that, this could have been a crazy hit stick right here, which would have caused the running back to fumble, but I clearly missed that. And now we're deep in the 4th quarter. I'm feeling the energy of the crowd, the fans, they're roaring. It just keeps getting higher and higher, and I feel like we need to get momentum back as I'm running this ball back, getting a 27-yard return there, but it sadly didn't amount to anything. And now we're back on defense, nearing 2 minutes, and it's looking like this might be another loss on the road, fellas, as they kick for 3 more points right there, and damn. This one hurts. If we would have got that win, we definitely would have been in the top 25. Definitely would have changed the season around. But we just leave the game with 2 tackles, 1 assisted. And now we're facing the number 1 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, man. A game against Nick Saban in the Bryant-Denny Stadium. This is exactly what we came to the SEC for. As on the first play, we're already making plays, stopping that 30-yard rush from getting any more yards in what could have been a crazy touchdown right there. And then just a few plays later, stop that run play. Now 3rd and 8. Milroe hits the middle of the field, finding a receiver, getting them that 1st down plus more. And now on 1st and 10 here, I don't know what my safeties are doing as Milroe throws a pass in the end zone and finds a completely wide open receiver. But now we're returning this kick here, and I'm just trying to get as many yards as I can as I try to cut to the outside right there, but get pushed out of bounds. And now back on defense here, you can clearly see we didn't do anything on offense. And I'm praying that we can get some points up on the board, because our defense clearly doesn't look locked in besides me as I come down here and try to run down and get that tackle right there, stopping that 8-yard rush from getting that 1st down. And on 2nd and 2, I'm playing away from my zone, trying to help my teammates eliminate anything underneath as we help prevent that completion. And then on 2nd and 6, they just start running straight through us, straight down the middle, getting great yardage. And then we finally force a negative play on their running attack. Now 2nd and 14 here, I have an wide open tackle for me, but I let him run right past me. My teammates had to clean that up. And now they're deep in the red zone, knocking on the door for another touchdown score, but we thankfully stopped that, only allowing the field goal. And now we're back here returning this kickoff, and I see the left. I'm cutting to the left, outside. I'm running up, speed, acceleration, and I get pushed out of bounds, and they call a flag, losing us 10 yards off of my incredible return right there. As now we're back on defense here in the 2nd half. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, we finally put some points on the board as the score is now 13-6, down 7 points. We're still right in this game against the number 1 team in the country. and against Alabama. And Lane Kiffin could never beat Nick Saban or Alabama in real life. So I'm going to try to write that story and change it and help our coach get his first dub against Alabama here, as we pick up a huge tackle for loss there on their running back, Jace McMillan, stopping him from getting the first down and increasing our chances of ending this drive. As on 3rd and 9, our D-line gets a huge, impactful sack on Jalen Milroe, ending their drive and getting us back on offense where we didn't do anything. And now we're back on defense here, and they're still getting first downs. We're in the 4th quarter now, so I'm going to keep performing to help my team get this dub as I pick up another tackle for loss there, trying to help put some energy back in my team and get my teammates some pep in their step. I feel like this is exactly what we needed to get back into this game and lock in and focus on the goal on task as they kick a field goal to increase their lead. And then I get smacked out of the defender by as he had my body swung to the side and boom pow.
Swung his body to the side, and that's how my shit was open, and he hit me. Boom, pow.
Damn, we're going outside. And as I'm waiting to get back on defense, I see that we finally scored a touchdown, but it was too little too late as we end up losing this game 16-13. Wow, we really just lost by 3 points to the number 1 team in the country, Bama, and we had a pretty good game, and now we're going against their rivals, the Auburn Tigers next, who are ranked 24th in the country. So this will be another pivotal, important game here, as if this is the start of a win streak here, it will be very important and pivotal to help get us into that top 25 conversation. As with the way our record's looking, there's basically no chance of us getting to the SEC championship, and with that, there's basically no chance of us making a 12-team playoff. So our top goal and thing to look forward to is making that top 25 list by the end of the season. But back to the game here. We're nearing the end of the 1st quarter. 3rd and 8. We need to stop right here as they complete a pass to Malcolm Johnson Jr. And then on 1st and 10, they hand the ball off and basically got another first down there. And then now 4th and 2 here, they run the option play, faking the handoff, and then converting. And then on 3rd and 10 here, the D-line steps up and forces that field goal. And fast forward to our next defensive possession, our offense finally got a touchdown first in the game, man. Wow. As I pick up another solo tackle there. And now Auburn is in a rush to get some points on the board before the half ends as they hand off that pass there, gain them 10 yards. And then on the next play here, Peyton Thorne is taking too long in the pocket and it finally crumbles on him. And then now I just want y'all to observe these 2 plays as they get that reception there, and then they no huddle it, run the same play, and then he makes the same read by throwing the same pass and only picking up 1 extra yard. As they picked up 0 on the first play and then a yard on the second play. Dumbass QB and offensive coordinator, man. But now in the second half here, I started off getting a tackle for loss early. Look at me coming down, making that big play with the hit stick too. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about the hit stick. I laid the wood on that boy. Pause. And then helped force that incompletion right there. Then a few plays later, my teammate forces this 1-yard loss right here. But then Auburn comes back, gets that plus more as they pick up a calm 15 yards. But then on an important 3rd and 6 here, I'm locked in on my guy, and my teammates are locked in on theirs as they help force that incompletion. And now we're back on defense here. The score is still 7-3, but I have a good feeling we're going to pull this one out as we help force 2 straight negative yardage plays. And then on 3rd and 16, there's nowhere for him to go as he passes underneath. And I'm there to stop the drive, end it off, and get the ball back to the offense here. And the offense definitely did their thing as they scored another touchdown. And now it's 14-3, nearing the 2-minute mark. And it's looking like this is another W put in the books. This is a much-needed W. It's exactly what we need to get the season back on track as they pick up 10 yards right there. But it really doesn't matter as there's nothing for them to do as he throwing a deep one, but he couldn't connect it. And then on 2nd and 10, I'm on my zone, throwing a tax it, but the receiver is too nervous. And then on 3rd and 10 here, hitting the underneath route. That shit won't work, player, as he fumbles the ball. And who else other than Connor McDuffie is there to pick it up? Oh my gosh, if he wasn't in my way, I would have took that back to the crib, back to the Baja. And this game is over, fellas. As in the last play here, they're going to throw a deep ball, but that shit is over with. Oh my gosh. We really just got a fumble recovery. Man, I just wish I could have got up, swerved to the side. Bro, we would have been straight off for a touchdown. But as you see the stats here, we had a pretty good game. And now for our last game of the day, we're facing Texas A&M. And I'm just thankful we weren't playing in their home stadium because EA ranked them as #1 for the new college football game. I don't know how I feel about that. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know down in the comments. But now, 3rd and 5 here. Their QB hits the out route that's below the sticks. Is there something I'm not understanding here? But our offense got the ball and scored, so we're back on defense here. And we start to drive off with me laying the hit stick of death. And then on 2nd and 5 here, my teammate's there to make the tackle, and I join in to spread more love. And then on 3rd and 3, I do more of that, forcing the 4th down, and our offense took full advantage of that, scoring another touchdown, and now we have a 14-0 lead, and I'm liking our chances. I'm liking what we're doing, but now we're back on defense, and oh my gosh, I'm not happy as I had to make a touchdown-saving play as they ran for 45 yards here, and now it's looking like I almost had to do it again as I get another tackle there, and on 1st and 10, he hits what looks like to be their tight end, and they pick up an 18-yard touchdown. So now it's 7-14. We're back on defense here. I don't like where the momentum is going as we're in our home stadium, and I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not feeling the crowd, and I feel like something has to change as I help pick up that tackle right there, stopping that 1st down, and then on 2nd and 7, he just obliterates our receiver, and now they're deep in the red zone again. 1st and goal, he's just going to run it in, and no one was watching him. No one did anything, and now the game is all tied up. And everything that we just did in these 2 quarters feels like nothing. As on the last play, to end the half off, he actually gets that ball off on that Hail Mary. Oh my gosh, I feel like a loser as that was my man I was guarding, and we didn't do shit. But we finally make an impactful play here, forcing this tackle for loss under QB Max Johnson. But just take a look at the scoreboard now, bro. We went from being up 14-0 to now being down 28-14. So we were up 14 to now being down 14. Great. As I get another tackle for loss here on Evan Stewart, their star wide receiver. And yeah, now in the 4th quarter here, pick up this 3rd and 1, deep in their red zone, and Cuz just got up and scored a touchdown. Holy, are you serious? No way. We had like 6 niggas on him. Six players, and he just magically got up and scored a touchdown. This is how you know you're just not supposed to win some games in this game. We were just never meant to win this game. And I'd rather accept that than get absolutely obliterated by a booty team or something when stuff like this happens. Like, you just know you're not supposed to win. The game doesn't want you to win the game, so you're not going to win the game. It is what it is. Feel me? So I'm not really mad about this loss because that play was insane. And if they're going to let that play get off, then there's nothing we could do, bro. Maybe I'm just coping. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I'm just that mad as we get another tackle for loss, but does it really matter, man? Does it really matter? I can't even be happy about it no more. I'm still making plays as there's now 30 seconds left in the game. Down a touchdown, and we get a fumble? No way! Don't tell me this is the script of death. As now Jackson Dart with a chance to tie up the game, gets sacked for 8 yards, and then with less than 10 seconds, no timeout, this nigga fumbles the ball, and they pick it up. And that is how we lose this one, folks. Wow. This one hurts, man. We had a chance and then fumbled it. Literally, fumbled it. But we finished the game with 7 solo tackles, 1 assisted, 3 tackles for loss. So we joined a new team, went 2-4, playing LSU next. If you want to see how the season ends, please stay tuned for next week. It's the boy Kinghinley. Hope you all enjoy. Catch y'all.